What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I'm gonna chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you some more spiritual updates. And the frustrating thing about it is, I just did this video. I recorded it like an hour ago. The video was like 20 minutes, and I was just trying to upload the video just now. And I go look at my camera gallery. All of a sudden, the video is not in there. So they got the technology to intercept videos before you upload them. And I know this for a fact because I remember myself pressing the play button, how it's on right now. Did the video for 20 minutes, and then after like 20 minutes and 30 seconds, I finished the video, and then I tried to upload it. Now it's not in my gallery. It's not even in my trash bin. So that's highly strange. But this was an important topic, man. I don't even feel like recording a video to be 20 minutes long. So I might just make this 10 minutes, hopefully shorter than that. So what I'm saying is this, right? With EBT, this is how it should work. From this point forward, this is the idea. EBT should be issued for everybody. Every American should have access to EBT food stamps. And what that means is, even if you do make a lot of money or you have a high income, right, and you don't qualify for it, no, it shouldn't even work like that. That's stupid. Regardless of what people are going through, regardless of what their situation is, and we understand what their situation is, we feel bad, we feel sorry, whatever, but that's not fair. America's supposed to be the home of the brave, the land of the free, home of the equality, right? It's supposed to be equal, right? So for so long, how come it's not been equal? How come the playing fields have not been equal, right? This the home of the free, this the home of the brave, right? Right. This is the land of the equal and all that shit, right? So how come the playing field not equal? So I think EBT should be an option for every American. Every American should have the option to get EBT. Whether you make too much money or whether you don't make enough, EBT should just be a human necessity, a human essential. It should just be a resource that all Americans get access to. Because, you know, we got to obviously test this shit out in America first before we go test it out somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I personally think. Because it's like this. You got to look at it like this. All humans got to eat regardless, whether you make too much money or whether you don't. And to prevent situations of people losing all their stuff, assets and houses and cars and shit like that, why don't you have EBT as an option for all Americans? So just in case if you might find yourself in a tough situation, you never know, might be a government shutdown. And yeah, you make $250,000 a year, but if you ain't been spending your money, you weren't prepared for the government shutdown, now you SOL, you shit out of luck. So wouldn't the emergency EBT come in the clutch right now? You see what I'm saying? So every American should have access to EBT regardless of what their financial situation is. That's what I think. I think that's fair. And that don't necessarily mean you got to get it now, but every American should have the right to be able to walk into the public aid office in any state and just say, hey, I need EBT, I'm going through something right now, and they should be able to issue it to you right then and there, no problem. It shouldn't matter, oh, you make too much. Every American should have access to EBT. Second off, excuse me, education, right? Education is a human essential. A lot of people may not think so, but it is, because to walk around as a dummy, that should be illegal. To walk around and be a dummy, that should be illegal, because if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And if you don't know anything, that works in the government favor anymore, because they don't want people waking up anyway. They don't want people really being educated and knowing the truth. So people being dumb and dumbed down, government spend billions of dollars and make billions of dollars on keeping people asleep and staying asleep. That's a whole different video though. But with that being said, every American should have access to free education. It should just be an option, whether you make too much money or not. It should be an option. Every American should have the right to say, you know what, I want to go back to school. and you should be able to just sign up, no student loans, none of that should just be free, and you can go study whatever you want to. That's just my opinion. That all America should have that. If this is home of the free, land of the brave, and home of the equal, all that shit, right? Second off, I want to talk about housing. That's another human necessity. All humans, whether you make too much money or not, should have the access to get one free asset because that actually might end up saving you in the long run. So, for example, let's say you do make too much money and you already got multiple assets right now. You should still be able, especially if you're American, you should have the option to be able to go to the government and say, hey, I want to sign up for this free asset, and you should be able to get it just because you're American, you got your paperwork, blah, blah, blah. You should have access to that. And you might not even need the house. You might want to give it to your granddaughter, or you might want to give it to your daughter. You know what I'm saying? You might, you pass the shit down early, like generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, every American should have access to equal housing. It shouldn't be Section 8 because you're going through this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not downing anybody. Yeah, you might be going through a fucked up situation, but just because these people are well off and they making a lot of money don't mean that they haven't been through that messed up. See, that's the thing. Everybody in their life been either up in their life as in successful and been down in their life as in a failure. So you got a lot of people who they know how to, they've been successful, they maintain their success throughout their life. You got a lot of people who have been failures and they maintain failure throughout their life. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say is that everybody can relate to you being at a certain place in your life. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, just because you're well off right now don't mean something might not happen tomorrow or the next day or the next week where you might have to go to the government for assistance. Like, look at the federal workers. They making all this money, but they ain't been saving it because, I'm going to get my next paycheck. And then, boom, they shut the government down. Now, you standing in a line for the food bank. And I'm not saying this not funny, but I'm just saying, like, you see how shit could just happen. Even though you well off, you making all this money, you ain't got it right now because the government shut down. So now you got to go to the food bank. You see what I'm saying? So all Americans should have the option for, you know what I'm saying, for free housing. Regardless of you low income or not, like every American should have access to Section 8. I'm just saying, that's just common sense, right? And then my last point is healthcare. Every American should have access to free healthcare. Yes, that's absolutely correct. And I'm going to say this like this because some people might say, what about the people overseas? Ain't they human too? Yes, they are, but they're not American. And just because they're not American don't mean that's a bad thing. Because if you ever been to a different country, most of the countries, especially third world countries, I really don't want to say it like that, like second world, third world countries, they healthcare is damn near free. It's like dirt cheap, but the quality is just as good as America, if not better. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying over here in America. All Americans should have access to free healthcare because there's so many Americans, you know what I'm saying, I watch their content, or I actually may know, they even say they went overseas. I've been overseas myself too. Yeah, when you get healthcare in a different country, it's damn near dirt cheap, but the quality is there. You healthcare in America, let's say you well off, you're making a lot of money, but if you break your goddamn thumb, or you have cancer or diabetes or some type of health concern, the healthcare system in America has a funny way of milking everything that you have earned and very quickly. So you can go bankrupt just off that. So whether you well off or not, every American should have access to free healthcare because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen the next day. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you could be well off, but these are measures that could be put in place to help prevent bankruptcy, to help prevent homelessness, to help prevent world hunger, poverty, and all this stuff. These things could be put in place because, yeah, you may be well off and have a job and all that stuff, but if you had access to EBT, whether you did it or not, the fact that you could just go to the government, no matter how much money you make, and get EBT, you may need it. You could just swipe that instead of spending your money, help you save more. You see what I'm saying? Free Section 8. Yeah, you might have a mansion or a house paid off and all this shit, but still, maybe you don't want to pay no mortgage or whatever the case may be. So you get Section 8 through the government. That's another way to help you save your money. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of how much you make. Free health care. regardless if you make that much or not, every American should have access to free health care. Because just in case, you might go through something in your life where you need it. You see what I'm saying? So that's my take on that. But wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all this millions. Gang, bitch. Don't get stepped on for Jesus Christ.